Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for coming by. Well, I am thrilled to present the final installment of this KTM Rebuild series, and what a journey it has been. Filled with unexpected twists and turns, from a cracked stator housing, stripped threads, to rusted bearings and a leaky carburetor. There was no shortage of challenges on this one. Once I disassembled everything, it became clear that this project needed a bit of everything. If you're interested, feel free to check out the other videos on my YouTube channel that cover all the hurdles I faced. So without further ado, here it is. Kicking off today's video, I tackled the task of removing the old worn out wheel bearings and swapped them out from a brand new set from All Balls. Dealing with faulty wheel bearings can lead to a range of problems, so it's wise to replace them, especially since this maintenance task is relatively inexpensive. While replacing these bearings requires a bit of patience, gently working out the old bearings with a mallet proved to be effective. Installing the new bearings turned out to be easier than I anticipated. I simply used a ball joint cup that matched the bearing's outer diameter and carefully tapped them into the hub. Next on the list was inserting the new bearing seals. This was as easy as it looks, and all I did was add a little grease to the seal and gently tap it into place. Not much to talk about here. This is the brand new Sprocket from Super Sprox. I picked this up from my local dealer, which features an aluminum inner ring and a steel outer ring. This design provides some advantage with weight savings and durability. I had to replace the old Sprocket because it was experiencing what they call shark finning, where each tooth wears down into the shape of a shark fin, indicating significant wear. During the replacement process, I applied a little bit of blue Loctite and tightened everything down in a star pattern. Remember to check your manual for the correct torque settings. Next up is bolting down the brake disc. Same rules apply. Just add a little blue Loctite, tighten down in a star pattern, and use the correct torque settings. With the wheel prepped for installation, I'm now shifting my focus on placing this stunning engine into this equally gorgeous frame. It's as straightforward as it looks. Just ensure the bolts and threads are clean and in good shape before reusing them, and then tighten everything down securely. Let's add a touch of flair by swapping out the left side power valve cover for this sleek anodized orange one. I think it really enhances the overall look and gives it a more polished appearance. Unfortunately, I was not able to locate its twin, so I ended up having to buy a new OEM KTM power valve cover for the right side. The original drive sprocket on this bike was also quite worn, so it made perfect sense to replace it with a brand new 13-tooth sprocket to keep everything feeling fresh and updated. And yes, I also got a new chain. As we progressed down the assembly line, it was time to tackle the installation of the rear swing arm. This part of the build proved to be one of the more difficult challenges I faced, primarily due to the swing arm bearings that seemed determined to resist my every effort. Not only were they corroded, but they were also completely seized. The rear suspension bearings attached to the swing arm also presented the same frustrating scenario. In the end, I replaced all the bearings using a kit from All Balls. I've chosen to keep the original head tube bearings since they appeared to be in great condition and are fully functional. After giving them a thorough cleaning, I repacked them with new bearing grease. As I've already mentioned a couple times throughout this video, make sure to secure everything to the specified torque settings, including the fork clamps. The next step involves putting in the rear brake caliper and attaching the rear wheel. The brake caliper has been revitalized using a rebuild kit from All Balls. At this point, I'm going to temporarily secure the wheel in place only to bleed the rear brake caliper and to refill the master cylinder with fresh fluid. After I install the new chain, I'll fine tune the rear wheel location to ensure the chain tension is just right. Installing the handlebars is as straightforward as it gets. I suggest not spending too much time adjusting their position until the entire bike is assembled. It's more effective to finalize everything once you can actually sit on the bike and then adjust to your liking. This also applies to the levers. For now, I'm only going to get them roughly in place. I've taken the time to sandblast and repaint the frame, and in the process, I've removed the old rubber tape that used to safeguard the frame from the fuel tank. Now, I'm about to grab a quick measurement to install some fresh rubber tape, which will help keep the tank secure and minimize any shaking or vibrations along the frame. Just as Jameson's. In the upcoming sections of this video, I'll be adding the finishing touches to the bike. Unfortunately, I didn't capture the installation of the radiator or the plastics, but I'll make sure to include the links in the description for some of the parts I used to finish off this rebuild.